It's a dangerous world out there, especially when you find a spider in the bathtub. But why do we even get scared of things? Why do we get physiological reactions to what we perceive around us? Well, it's all to do with a basic and animalistic instinct you may well have heard of: fight or flight. Effectively, when faced with a danger, we have two simple options. We can fight back, or if we don't fancy that, we can run away. Either way, our body needs to act, and it needs to act fast. As such, our nervous system goes into a kind of overdrive. The heart beats faster to get more blood to the body, our muscles receive more blood and become tense, ready to spring into action. We breathe, respire more to get more oxygen round the body, blood clots more easily. So if we are injured, it can heal better. Our pupils dilate so we can take in more information. Adrenaline kicks in to focus our perceptions on the dangers, so we forget to feel hungry. All this is sure to cause a bit of overheating, so we also sweat to cool ourselves down. Now, to get your mind buzzing, take a look at our top 6 fears and see if any of these have given you the symptoms minus fight or flight syndrome. 1. Public speaking. Glossophobia. Luckily, all of the world-made simple team really like public speaking. We'd be in the wrong profession if we didn't. But public speaking is many people's biggest fear. Does your stomach twist up at the thought of presenting in front of people? Do you forget everything you know and feel as though the whole audience is against you? The fear of public speaking is arguably quite rational, but the good news is that means it can be reduced through both technique and experience. Science Made Simple holds science communication training courses to help a variety of people overcome these nerves when presenting. 2. Spiders. Arachnophobia. Despite the fact there are no harmful spiders living in the UK, a lot of us still have a fear of them. Perhaps it's more to do with the way they scuttle and sneak around the skirting board of your bedroom unsuspectingly. However, some pretty awesome and powerful spiders can be found in other parts of the world. The largest species is the Goliath bird-eater spider. With such an impressive name, you would expect it to do a lot of damage. However, the venom in its bite is relatively mild and more irritating than dangerous, and it rarely actually eats birds. It usually prefers to feast on insects and fellow invertebrates. The smallest species of spider in the world, well, it's hard to be entirely sure. Scientists are always finding new ones. But it is currently the Patu digua, and when fully grown is no bigger than a pinhead. And the most poisonous spider has to be the Brazilian wandering spider. Just one droplet of its venom is enough to kill about 1,000 mice. So, maybe there's a reason to be scared of. 3. Confined spaces. Claustrophobia. Claustrophobia isn't exclusively a fear of confined spaces. It's clearer to think of it as a fear of not being able to escape. As fears go, it's quite an inconvenient one. Claustrophobics often find themselves having to take the stairs instead of the lift, our favorite lazy option, and often don't like feeling trapped in aeroplanes, so can't travel long distances. While a psychological disorder, claustrophobia can have physical effects on humans, in particular causing anxiety at panic attacks in unexpectedly tense and crowded situations. 4. Heights. Acrophobia. Similar to claustrophobia, the fear of heights can also be severely limiting. It's not too hard to imagine the swirling dizziness people get from looking down from a great height, but it can be pretty hard to get over. Of course, there's always the plunge pool approach. Jump out of a plane at 3000 enough times, and it might well wear off. 5. Zombies. Technically, zombies do exist. No, really. Just not in human form. You may be pleased to know. Insects such as the jewel wasp have been known to sting and paralyze their cockroach prey, rendering it alive, but not really mentally conscious. In this way, their meal is kept alive and fresh for them to eat back in their den. Nature is a cruel and funny thing. The fear of human zombies, who become infected and seek out others, is often portrayed in popular media through the horror genre, and it's not hard to see why. The loneliness of being one of the last humans alive, desperately trying to escape an impending apocalypse of brain-dead warriors, is not something anyone would wish for. Unless, of course, you escape and successfully restore the human race, and then want an awesome autobiographical film. 6. Everything else. Cheese. Leads. Socks. Playing cards. No matter how unusual, individuals can have a fear of it. At the back of the Science Museum in London, on the first floor, is a collection of various artifacts related to the lesser-known phobias. Why not check it out if you are in South Kensington? Why not ask people you know about what they're afraid of? You may be surprised and amused, and have plenty of material for practical jokes. In all seriousness, I once knew a fully grown man who had a squishy fear of cheese. You could have it in front of his face and almost give him a panic attack. Why not ask people you know about what they're afraid of? You may be surprised and amused, and have plenty of material for practical jokes. In all seriousness, I once knew a fully grown man who had a squishy fear of cheese. You could have it in front of his face and almost give him a panic attack.